Hello everyone. So we will discuss first some rules, hygiene, and even the etiquette to be observed during online classes. Since the College of Teacher Education adopts the concept as described in the contingency plan of the university as to asynchronous using digital module during the conduct of synchronous online, which is to be delivered in a real-time basis via Google Meet or Zoom video conferencing. It is very important that during this time, rules, hygiene, and even the etiquette are to be discussed, so that every time that I am going to meet you, it will always be observed. After all, with the number of students in a Zoom assisted or Google Meet assisted classes, all it takes is one unmuted mic or an inopportune moment that anyone can do, and we might experience Zooming disaster in our hands. So please be mindful and follow this top 10 virtual classroom hygiene and etiquette tips. Be sure to mute your mic, which is located at the lower left corner of your screen, as soon as you sign on and whenever you are not speaking. This is perhaps the most important and the most critical tip to avoid background noise and distraction from others, so that we can avoid animal sounds like chicken cluck and dogs barking. Tip number 2 is to keep your video on while listening to teacher's discussion. We have to consider turning your video on, which is also on the lower left of your screen, so that you can be monitored well by your teacher, for us to know whether you are still actively listening or paying attention to the discussion. To maximize the use of internet capacity, abide tip number 3. You may close unneeded applications on your computer to keep your video optimally functioning. Other applications may share the use of data bytes that can make your Zoom or Google signal weaker. For tip number 4, you might want to use a headset with an external mic for best hearing and speaking capabilities. This would help you listen better for topic discussion or will enable you to speak loud and clear when it is time for you to talk. For tip number 5, when you are speaking, let others know that you are finished by saying one of these sign-offs. That's all, sir. I'm done, sir. Thank you, sir. So that everyone knows that you have finished your comments. If you agree on a particular statement, you may have this cue. Or if you want to speak, physically raise your hand or use the raise hand feature that is available at the bottom center of your screen. You may only do this if you have something to be clarified or ask questions directly to the concern. For tip number 7, you can ask questions and make comments silently if desired, using the chat feature, which is also available at the bottom or center of your screen. All those matters are to be addressed once the lesson discussion is done. For tip number 8, ring light is not a requirement, but be mindful of your background lighting. If you are sitting in front of a window, you may be completely darkened by the light coming through the window. Your overhead light also might need to be turned off or dimmed as well. For number 9, be sure that there is nothing visually distracting like cars, people passing by in your background, or any action that would create distraction to your audience, like your little brother or little sister sneaking in the virtual classroom. For our last tip, remember to sign out or leave the meeting when the session is finished. Sometimes when the participants are unattended, they remain to be online viewed by the facilitator, which confirms that you are not paying attention to what is going on. I hope that these things will be observed as we work with synchronous learning every second meeting of the class week. Hope that you will enjoy your session with me and may we attain the objectives set in our course syllabus. God bless everyone and keep safe.